Okay, so this is week number 1 and week number 2 of Beginner Waltz. I'm Rob and this is Kathy, and we're going to show you just the basic box step to start with. We did talk about waltz being a little bit different as far as music is concerned. It's danced to 3/4 time, not 2/4 time or 4/4 time or really slow rhythms. It's definitely a 3/4 time music. So when we talked about this, we talked a little bit about frame, making sure that there's some resistance here. 90% of the problems we saw people having today was just being too loose up here, so you want to have good connection with your partner. We talked about the beginning box step. Guys are always starting with their left foot, ladies are starting back with their right. So when we do our first step, we're going back on 1 and to the side 2, 3, and then back 4, 5, 6. We talked about starting to rotate the box around, so you're starting to do the rotation on 2, 3 and on your 5, 6. You don't mess around with the 1s and 4s. You want to keep them as straight as possible. Okay, so that's your turning box. So from there, we showed you how to get into the basic twinkle. A basic twinkle is getting out of that box. So when you do a basic, that can be your first starting step to get kind of going when you do the dance. And then when you're 1, 2, 3, you're going to get set up for basic twinkle. So we're going to do that on 1, 2, 3. And we're going to set line of dance now to progress down around the floor instead of dancing in a circle. So we're going to both step on 4. So it's my right foot, Kathy's left. And then I turn her back towards me on 5, 6. Okay, so we'll do that again on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and that's your basic twinkle where you're going to start to progress around the floor. From there, we showed you how to get into zigzags. So zigzags, you're going to do the same setup on 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. You're going to do down promenade. So this is your basic twinkle. 4, 5, 6. But on here, I'm going to stay on Kathy's left-hand side, keeping her on my left. I mean her on her right. So now I'm going to step on the side of her on 1, twist on 5, 6, 4. 1, 4. So now we can start to progress around the floor. Okay? So when you set that all up in your basics that we talked about, starting your box step in the first start of your social sequence, if you're starting off 1, 2, 3, and you're figuring out where you're going to go on the dance floor. So you set her up on the 1, 2, 3. That's your line of dance. And then you can go ahead and do your zigzags. Okay? And that was week number 1 of your waltz. Okay, so a couple of the exercises we showed you to work on your frame as well as your lead and follow partnership. We talked about having your hands like this and having a good grasp of each other's hands. So when you're holding each other's hands, you can lean in and then lean out. And lean in and lean out. So there should be some tone in your arms. So this is so important when we're doing some of the moves that we just showed you how to get in set up for a promenade and a twinkle. You can do it from this open position as well. So when we're doing a basic, we're just going to go 1 and twist into promenade. And then you can be set up. So all of those moves we showed tonight, you can do them from this open position. And this is just good practice to be able to have your hands in front of you in this open position. So the basic box will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and set up. 1 and then into your zigzags. And down line. So that's something we showed just as an exercise that you can work on.